Hi guys, selamat malam semua. It's me Jeff Ignacio, the owner of this channel Suka Hati Pelanggan. First things first, thank you very much for the support, through your subscribe, your comments, and also your like. It really means a lot to me. Tonight, before I call it a day, maybe I am going to react to this video. Top 15 mistake in locked up in Malaysia's lockdown video by Al Jazeera. Seperti mana yang kita tahu, tiba-tiba pula. Seperti mana yang kita tahu, recently, I think a week ago, Al Jazeera mengeluarkan satu macam documentary about how we treat the foreigners badly, how we being racist, how we treat them so bad, how we treat them I don't know, the worst ever, that whatever they say. But I did not actually watch that video. I somehow overheard friends talking. I watched the news. And I was like, since when did we treat them like that? So this video is about, I don't know, top 15 mistakes in locked up in Malaysia. And from what I know, I think Malaysian government and Malaysians as a whole has been very supportive towards these people. I know they are just not foreigners, but they are illegals who come here and work without proper documentation, or langsung tak ada dokumen, datang sini masuk entah dari mana celah mana, tapi they work here. Like, I don't know how they get in, but they work here. And Malaysians, we are still very kind, especially our governments, still very kind towards them, to make sure that they are okay. I know it's like quite a big deal to see like this pagar. Sorry, suddenly something interrupt my vision. You can see like pagar dawai being placed in all these areas, and for me it's for their own good. I do not know how they think that it is something racist, something, they're being treated bad. I really don't know. So let's just watch this gentleman here. I think this is the second time that actually reacted to him. This is my second time. The first one has to be the video about us handling COVID, and it was a very good and heartwarming video. So let's watch this top 15 mistakes in locked up in Malaysia's lockdown video by Al Jazeera.
This is a recent video that was published, and unfortunately it has so many mistakes, and so we're going to pick the top 15 to cover today. Number 15, taking videos and footages of police and military.
I've got my ID. Look, this is my ID. I'm from the press.
I got my ID. British kini. Works with Al Jazeera, is it? And I didn't know that actually it's tak boleh ambil gambar di offices.
This lockdown area, no camera, please.
But we're within our rights to report from here.
Oh, yeah. But this lockdown area.
Throughout the entire world, you really can't be taking footage of police and military.
I
So
didn't
many
know
countries, that's illegal. Even in the United States, if you took video footage of the security around the White House, that could get you thrown in jail. Well, Al Jazeera thinks that because they're reporters, they're above everybody else. Number 14, complaining that they were allowed into high-risk areas of COVID-19.
What?
We're not allowed inside these fenced-off areas.
Wait.
Now, I don't know if they don't realize how COVID-19 works.
Hello, tempat tu adalah tempat yang berbahaya. Kau nak dibenarkan lagi pergi dalam tu? Kalau you jadi mangsa, tambahlah pula kes kita orang Malaysia. Come on, common sense, man. You're a reporter or something. What kind of brain are you having? Sorry, Al Jazeera.
It spreads pretty easily.
Yeah, indeed.
And so if they were able to go into an area that was high risk, they could easily pick up COVID-19.
Correct.
Especially when you look at the video footage and realize that lots of times they weren't wearing a mask.
Didn't even wear a mask.
Or they only were wearing a mask.
Super strong.
Look at how many doctors who were completely prepared, had tons of protection, picked up.
Dia pakaian macam dia nak pergi pasar malam, nak pergi clubbing, nak pergi tempat yang I think it's like as if it's not dangerous for him, Whereas all the doctors are like wearing full PPE. Dia senang lenang nak dibenarkan masuk dengan berpakaian macam tu, maybe, I don't know. But the way he approach and how he wear, he think this thing is very light. Hey, hello, you go back. If you're from Britain, UK, you go back to the UK and handle yourself.
COVID-19. Number 13, blocking comments. You need to always allow comments, but in this video, they have blocked all comments on.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I tried to go to the YouTube, but I did not watch the content, you know. And I realized they off the comment. The heck?
YouTube. You need to allow people to be able to point out when you don't do things that are accurate,
Correct.
or when you
You
do
are
things
right,
really
man.
biased.
You are
But
right.
if you don't allow comments,
Okay,
people
macam enak
can't point
panas
those
sebelah.
out. And I just think, as a reporter, it's
And
so
who is this guy
unprofessional to block comments.
wearing
I really
black?
don't think YouTube should allow that. Number 12, complaining that the government never responded.
Several requests to interview the Senior Minister, Home Minister, and his
Hello,
deputy
who are you?
were
Like, you're so
declined.
important,
Alright,
is
Mr.
it? They're
Drew
so
Ambrose.
busy doing
Well,
their work.
The government's a little
Oh,
bit
his name is
busy.
Drew
They're
Ambrose.
fighting this thing called COVID-19, which is
Indeed.
extremely deadly and spreads super easy. And sorry, they probably didn't have time to answer every
Exactly.
single question you had because they're busy fighting the disease.
Exactly, and who on earth you think you are to just simply see our senior ministers and to talk about this? Rather than they talk about this to you, they better take action, the best action for the people and for these illegals here who claim them being, I don't know, treated badly.
So please, man, get off your high horse. Not everybody can take time out of their life
Exactly.
to serve you.
Yep.
Right, dude? Like, have a reality check.
Oh, I just hate him
forgetting
for
how
doing that.
racism works.
Is this the practical reality of dealing with a pandemic? Or is it racism?
What? Racism? Racism? Man, have you not seen how racism happened in the US and few other countries? You think Malaysia have time to do all this racism just by doing this? Is this you call racism? Do you even know what is racism? Do you have any idea what is racism? Is it what you call racism, treating them nicely? There must be a reason why they are being put in the truck, because they are illegal immigrants. So I'm asking you, are you going to treat them like, I don't know, they're illegal immigrants, they still like nobody pushed them, nobody kicked them, nobody punched them or anything? Seriously? Oh my goodness.
Is this the practical reality of dealing with a pandemic?
Do you know?
Or is it racism?
Okay, if you're not aware,
you're
racism
crazy.
was mentioned multiple times in the video.
Yeah.
How racism works is where you judge a group of people based on their skin color.
Preach it,
and
boy.
in this instance, it would be people of Indian descent or people that look Indian.
Correct.
And if you're not aware, there are multiple Malaysians.
Yes.
Actually, over
We
7%
are
of
diverse.
Malaysians are of Indian descent. They look exactly like
He
migrant
is
workers
good.
that are both
Very
legal
good.
and illegal. So if the Malaysian government was racist, they would be targeting anybody that looked Indian, Bangladeshi, or Pakistani. But the
Bangladeshi.
Malaysian government specifically was doing things for illegal immigrants. And anyone that was of Indian descent that was Malaysian, they were fine. They had no complaints. So this is
Correct.
clearly not a racism issue.
True.
This is an illegal immigration issue. And those are
Exactly.
different things. To call
Immigration, I saw
racism
wrong
is just
spelling there.
completely wrong and out of place. Number 10, ignoring countries that are extremely racist towards their migrant workers. I've traveled all around the world and I have several friends that are migrant workers, and there are several places where I discovered that people were very racist towards migrant workers. And actually, in Malaysia, migrant workers are treated better than almost anywhere else in the world. Here, locals
Preach it.
of a different country
Yes.
call legal migrant workers lazy, messy, unhygienic. Number 9, treating illegal migrant workers like they're all victims.
Yeah.
Illegal migrant workers have specifically not obeyed the law and are working illegally.
Exactly.
Even
The way they come into the country is already illegal and wrong. But how we treat them? We treat them still very kind. Not we lah. I mean, the officials, the authority treat them still very kind. Treat them like a human being. Very important. That's why I am as Malaysians. I'm happy to be Malaysians. Seriously, I'm happy to be Malaysian. I am super proud to be Malaysian. You know, I'm talking right now. I want to cry.
in your own video, you have a human rights lawyer, somebody that really supports undocumented and illegal migrant workers. And she points out that this illegal migrant worker didn't do anything and that she can't really support him because
Correct.
he put in no effort to try to be legal.
Exactly.
He attempt to go to the labor department to file a case against his employer.
And throughout this video, you often show that they are victims when they could have just put in some effort to
Yeah.
make sure that they obeyed the
That
law
is
and got a
right.
working visa.
But they
Number
continuously
8,
be
saying the jobs
illegal.
that migrant workers are working, Malaysians don't want to work.
Why,
And it's
another
probably
area.
true. There are several jobs that Malaysians would prefer that migrant workers
yeah.
did. But
I
in
know.
the video, you show how there were used to be 60 jobs at the market that migrant workers worked. And when they set out applications, they had over 500 Malaysians apply
Correct.
for that job. So
Oh.
clearly, in this job, Malaysians wanted to work it, but their jobs were taken by
away
migrant
by
workers.
Mohammed ran a recruitment drive to replace the foreign workers with locals. 500 Malaysians applied for just 60 positions.
Number 7, never acknowledging that illegal migrant workers put the entire country at
Betul.
huge risk for
Correct.
COVID-19. See, illegal
How
migrant
many
workers
of them are affected?
working illegally. It's in the name.
Yes.
And because they're working illegally, they're not registered. The government doesn't even know if they're probably in the country or where they live.
Exactly what he said is very true. You masuk secara illegal, the government or the authority has no record of your existence. You know, you're like a ghost wandering around the country called Malaysia, and we do not know what you bring in. Even usually illegal, those foreign workers coming in, before they come in, or they have to do medical checkup to make sure that they did not bring any penyakit from their country of origin. So when they come to Malaysia, for sure, before that everything is handled clearly. But for illegals coming in, kita tak tahu dari mana dia masuk, how they managed to go in, and you just let them go wander around. And of course, it's very, very dangerous for our country. And our government is doing the best of their ability to make sure that these people not only protect themselves, but they protect everybody, Malaysians.
Or who they work for, and there's no way to track them.
Yeah.
And so with COVID, it's so important to track and trace everybody
Track
that
and
gets
trace
COVID.
is the
For
key,
example,
guys.
look at what China did, and what Taiwan did, and what South Korea did, and Japan. All these countries that were extremely good at fighting COVID-19,
And
were
we are
able
one
to
of them.
track everybody
We
in
are
the
the
country
best.
and who had it and who didn't. But when you have 4 million illegal immigrants and there's no way to
4
trace
million,
them,
okay,
you're
bukan
putting your
400.
entire country at huge risk. And
Exactly.
putting this in the video is so important because then people can kind of
And did the Al Jazeera reporter put that in mind? Did he think about it before he start to record and do video or documentary and try to embarrass Malaysia? No, he didn't. He didn't use his brain.
understand why the Malaysian government might be trying to figure out who's illegal in Malaysia because it affects the safety
Correct.
of all Malaysians.
Indeed.
Number 6, acting like sitting in the sun and getting questioned about if you're legally working in Malaysia is like the worst thing in the world.
He says his whole family, including his son and daughter, were handcuffed and chained together.
I'm starting to hate his voice now. This Al Jazeera reporter, seriously.
With other children and the elderly under the hot sun. They were
Okay.
only released hours later after authorities
Hours later.
verified their documents.
All right, right now COVID-19 is happening. There are so many children around the world that are losing parents to
True.
COVID-19.
You
that
are
going to
right.
be raised without their father or mother. And you are upset that a daughter had to sit out in the sun? I mean, if this is the worst thing that happens in your COVID-19 experience, you are very blessed because so many people around the world would give anything to be able to sit out in the sun a few
Oh.
hours and know that their country is safe.
The way he talked, very good.
Number 5, forgetting that everybody is going through a really hard time right now.
True.
It's not just the legal migrant workers
Correct.
or the migrant workers.
You are right.
Malaysians as well are going through a hard time. So
Indeed.
many Malaysians have lost their job. So
Yes.
many Malaysians are struggling right now. And to focus that the only people struggling are illegal migrant workers and migrant workers is unfair. Everybody is going through a hard time.
You are
Number
right,
4,
sir.
being very misleading and not always honest. For example, handcuffing children. I really don't think this happened. Do you have
Correct.
any footage?
I
Do you
don't
have any
think
proof?
so.
Do you have anything more than 1 or 2 people saying it
Yeah.
happened? And regardless, if children are handcuffed, I mean, it's not the end of the day. It doesn't hurt them.
True.
Oh, big deal. I mean, come on. I'm a dentist. I have to treat kids' teeth all the time. That's
I really, really cannot stand this when people so easily talk bad about someone's country, you know. And I realized actually not only the foreigners, I mean like this reporter, that guy who reported, that the Al Jazeera reporter said that even our own people, when they go out, they talk bad about our own country. Come on, where is the pride? No other country or citizen will talk bad about their country when they're outside. And I realized Malaysians love to do this. Come on, you cannot be doing this. And it will bring bad image to the country, and people, the foreigners, those probably future tourists may think that our country is like this, and it will hamper them from coming and visiting our country. Stop spreading bad lies or something bad about our countries, even though it is true, but keep it, because we Malaysians are family. Baik buruk sebuah negara itu, this is our country. We should protect it. If people say blah blah blah, let them be, but tell them all the nice things happening or is in Malaysia. Just be kind. I mean, just say a good thing about our country.
Way worse and way more painful than getting handcuffed. But I do it because it's for the good of the kid overall. So just because something's inconvenient or unpleasant, not everybody lives in a fairy tale land.
Correct.
But regardless, I think that was
Correct.
pretty inaccurate.
You don't get
also
what
use
you want,
multiple
always.
selective examples. You purposely pick stories and try to show things that made Malaysia look bad.
They try
and you
to-
look at
to
the end of the video, you purposely
this.
pick a mother with a
Correct.
child. Come on, that was set up. You didn't pick a 50-year-old man. You picked a mother with a child. Many
Sengaja
Malaysians,
want to
especially
touch the
doctors and
emotion.
nurses, have risked their lives treating COVID-19 positive
Yes,
patients
the
that were illegal
frontliners.
immigrants. These illegal immigrants got free care,
Yes.
free food, free clothing, free
Yeah.
toiletries, and everything was provided to them. And this makes you wonder how many
And you say we are racist, and you say we look down, and you say we are like, not look down, and you say we didn't treat them, the illegal workers, with dignity and with humanity. So many free things were given to them. I'm not saying I give you because blah blah. No, that is the sincerity, the honesty, and keikhlasan orang Malaysia to give and to help. We are known to be a country who always gives when another nation is like needs help. It's proven so many times, even back in the 90s and until this very moment. Susah macam mana pun Malaysia will always give. That's why this country is super blessed.
Many other things were inaccurate in this video. Number 3, mixing up legal and illegal migrant
Oh
workers.
yeah, this
listen to
one
this.
I agree.
And anti-immigration Facebook groups have been telling illegal migrants to
Anti-immigration.
go home.
It's anti-illegal.
Did you catch it? One
Yeah,
word
yeah.
changes the entire structure of the sentence, and that's how media can be very misleading.
yeah.
He says anti-immigration Facebook group, but the page he's showing is an anti-illegal immigration
What a
Facebook group.
reporter, huh?
And there's a big difference between
Correct.
anti-immigration and anti-illegal immigration.
101 East
It's so
investigates why so
different.
many foreigners are being locked up in Malaysia's lockdown.
Even in the intro summary, you got it wrong. You're
It's not
investigating
foreigners.
Foreigners, all foreigners. No, you're investigating
Yes,
illegal
illegals.
foreigners. You need to say the word illegal. Number 2, completely not.
Wait. Yes, it's illegal, alright? Coming to somebody's country, are you gonna welcome them if they come in like you don't even know how they get in? Of course lah, they already live with us like maybe 2-3 years or more. But now, because of this COVID, actually it helps the authority to track down all these undocumented people coming in our country, so that after this, after the check and everything, they will be sent back. Because they come in here, it's already like a danger and a threat to our country. Why? They came in illegally without any source. How on earth they managed to come in? There must be a lubang tikus somewhere.
Understanding how you fight COVID-19.
Authorities have been carrying out military-style operations across the capital, Kuala Lumpur.
Yang ni pun kau nak
COVID-19 is a time
complain.
where you need to be strict. You can't allow people moving all around. You need
You
to
are
be
right.
very, very strict, because
Correct.
if one person with COVID-19 moves and goes about, they can easily spread it to so many more people. And so COVID-19,
It's proven. I'm not gonna mention which cluster and whatnot. Just one person can jangkit 90 people or more. Can you imagine if they are allowed to roam around Okay, they are allowed to roam around like 100 of them. How many hundreds and thousands of people? It's like an MLM, from one person became 90. The 90 beranak, setiap seorang tu mungkin 180 beranak times 2, 360, 720, then 1440, 2880, and then 5760 in short amount of time. But because the way we handle COVID-19, up to this very moment, Malaysia has less than 9,000 victims, less than 150 nyawa terkorban, because we take it seriously. Even though it is still small, but we take it like as if we already have hundreds thousands of victims. That's how good our government and the authority is.
Is a time that you need to have a military-style lockdown, because that's the only thing that works.
Correct.
It worked in Taiwan,
Go
it
to
worked
the
in
max.
Hong Kong, it worked in China, it worked in South Korea, and it also worked in Malaysia. And in this video, you make it sound like a military-style lockdown is a bad thing. No, that is an amazingly good thing.
Yeah.
And the USA
Agree
and
with
many
you.
other countries in the Americas have not
Fail.
done that. And look at the results.
Sorry, Americans.
Wouldn't you rather have a little bit of a military-style lockdown and save thousands of
at
lives? I
that
think most
figure.
people would be in favor of that. Number one, never saying the good things about Malaysia. Malaysia is an incredible success story. I would recommend you check
Thank
out this
you so
video
much.
or this video. Trust me, they're well done, and the person that made them is pretty cool. Anyway, regardless, Malaysia did such an amazing job. I mean, it was amazing to see how people from all different backgrounds, famous and average citizens, all came together for the good of Malaysia. And I think that's
My
really
country,
important
and
to talk
I am
about
proud.
in this video when you're going to be talking about COVID-19. And that was completely ignored, and completely wrong to ignore that in making this video.
Yeah.
So those were my top 15 things that were mistakes in Malaysia's lockdown video. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments. And don't worry, I will keep comments on. And on a personal note, I'm just really, I guess,
Sindiran
disappointed
tu.
that a major media source would basically
Yeah.
make things that were very biased, very inaccurate,
Exactly.
and not do the proper research, and not even really understand how COVID-19 works, because many of the things that actually help prevent COVID-19, they said were wrong. And if you look at the data and results, obviously it's working in Malaysia and it's working in
Correct.
other Asian countries. And so at a time when people are really suffering and dying, you shouldn't be picking out because some people had to sit out in the sun
Yeah.
or were uncomfortable. Let's
True.
look at the bigger results. Lives were saved. And if a few
Correct.
people had to be uncomfortable to save a few lives, I think it was definitely worth it.
Correct. Guys, that was, I actually can't recall his name actually, but the video is about top 15 mistakes in lockdown in Malaysia. Lockdown video by Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, if you're watching this, number one, I do not know you. Number two, I do not know your credibility. Number three, did you somehow contribute to the success story and whatever that is happening around the world in Malaysia? If not, I just want to say this: keep your mouth shut if you can't give good, constructive, better comments and give people, the sense of safety and whatnot. And for you to come up with such story as if we Malaysians are, we Malaysian, as if like we tak pandai menghargai orang, memburuk-burukkan orang. Of course, not everyone in this world is nice. Of course, not every Malaysian is nice, but we know where we stand, and that's why the illegal workers are still here in Malaysia working for many years, because we Malaysians is kind. I don't know, I find that Malaysian is very, very kind. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you so much to this gentleman here for bringing up the real thing about our country. I'm super proud to be Malaysian. I am super proud that we have people, foreigners like him, trying to defend our country. And to all of us Malaysians, if anyone speaks bad about our country, let's defend it together. Do not tambahkan minyak dalam api, because At the end of the day, this is the place where we grew, where we born, where we were raised, where we get education, where we get to work. This is the place that have been protecting us for the rest of our lives. And for me, Malaysia is the best country that I can be. We are so diverse in so many ways, yet they can still live harmoniously until this very moment. This COVID-19 is like a blessing in disguise. We get to be with our family, we get to sit down together and talk, we get to know which one is more important, which is not. Because of COVID-19, we realize that family matters, our own country, our own citizen matters, and we see how the government working tirelessly to make sure that the rakyat, the people, is safe and always protected from any harm by COVID-19. So it's always our responsibility to actually make sure that we are safe. That's why stay at home, kita jaga kita hashtag has been going on around. And yes, even though the pandemic is like slowing down in Malaysia, especially COVID-19 in Malaysia, today we have 3 cases, but please stay vigilant at all times. Always wear mask with your hand sanitizer, and always be careful wherever you are, because we do not know the virus is where. The 3 people who got this, where they are from, how did they get it, So again, Malaysia is our country. Love it with all your heart and tell good things. The bad things and whatnot, keep it to yourself. Keep it among us Malaysians. Like we're in a family, we do not talk bad about our husband, our wife, our children to others, right? Like, husband saya ni macam ni, bodoh lah dia, or my wife ni macam ni. What's in Malay they call it? Dalam selimut, dalam kain, cerita dalam kain pun nak cerita, like that. No, treat that. We are all family even though we are so diverse. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm really happy that this gentleman here tried to defend us with all the top 15 mistakes that the Jazeera reported. Thank you very much. You guys have a great evening ahead.